Good afternoon. This is Neil, Simpler Futures, and this is Monday, January the 30th. It is the beginning of course, the end of the month, but it's the beginning of what's going to be a really interesting week. I don't really have a lot on my mind right now here. It doesn't do well to try to, lay out a real specific plan in front of the volatility that is certainly, has the ability to show itself this week. So we got a Fed announcement, we got an ECB, a BOE, we got some GDP data, we got inflation data, we've got a jobs report at the end of the week, we've got major earnings, major names, Wednesday and Thursday. Well, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Actually, tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday. Especially Thursday. So, we're talking about the likes of Apple, Amazon, and Google Thursday. And, so you get a Fed announcement on Wednesday. Big names on Apple, the Fed on Wednesday, these big names on Thursday, and then, a non-farm payroll jobs report on Friday. Frankly, it's going to be whatever it is, that's just bottom line. And so we're left to, ask ourselves, okay, well, what do you want to try to do in making, a plan? So I do have an idea, and I just want you to be careful with it, is what I'm really saying, okay? Because anything can happen. But an idea here for a plan would be to pay really close attention to especially midweek Wednesday. And I'm trying to hold on to the idea for some continued sideways to higher into the Feb, OPEX date, call it Feb 15 on that expiration, maybe 16th, but right in there. And I've got 4100 SPX flies on, but SPX traded like 4090 on, last Friday, right? It printed up 4109 in the ES. It's like 4090 in the SPX. So the thing is, we're getting close. Not that has to be the top or anything, but we're getting close to targets, and we're getting close on time, and we're getting really close to volatility. So if we're going to hold on to the potential for some still sideways to higher into that date, then of course we have to survive this week and the volatility. So you see how careful I'm trying to be, right? I'm really urging some, please understand that it's just my turn to be in line to do videos, so I'm doing them. But I really don't have much to say, so what I am saying is careful. So on a break, probably especially Wednesday, 39.50 in the ES futures, which is like 39.30 SPX, I guess, but 39.50 ES futures. There is a naked balance print down there at 39.50. You see it on here. Now, do two things for me. One, that's a really interesting place to certainly be very ready to see support. Of course, I don't know if it will until it does, but that's my idea for support will be right there. So you can let it trade to there and put on some 4100 SPX flies for the Feb 15 date, Feb 16 date, somewhere in there. Or you can let it trade down there and let it see if it pokes through, and then start to catch it long on the uptick buy stop triggers as it comes back up through 39.50, right? So it comes down there to it, maybe pokes through it a handful of points, and then as it starts to retake on an uptick coming back up, then you start doing your long, whatever you want to do, long futures or short, put spreads or, whatever. So that's a spot for support potential. We'll see. And then look at this print up here. You got to really pay attention to this. 4084 ES, which is in line with 4065 SPX, which is that JPM short strike on the call side. It was last week's settlement. It was overnight high. It was overnight point of control. It's daily pivot. It's holy cow. It's like everything up there, right? That's why I got it kind of in the center right there. So what you do is take a little snapshot of these prices, and you've got a leg up on things just in knowing these levels, right? I mean, you know that there's a naked VPOC down here at 39.50. That's a decent place for support. If there is going to be support, then that's really where I'd like to see it. That on the way up, you got to get through this 40.84 to target 41.30, because that'd be a new high above last week's high, 41.10. You'd put it into like 41.30, which was this mid-dece of last year, kind of pivotal point on I think it was like December the 14th or something like that. So that's it. I mean, you got a lot of information if you've got just these prices and what they are. And and look at today, what today did. I mean, today just came back and touched off on last week's balance. So that's all that is, just a normal retracement. That's no big deal. That was our bearish target for today. That was one of two. Actually, I had another one down here at 40.15. It didn't get there, but 40.30 right there, 40.32 to touch last week's point of control at 40.32. So it hit one, but didn't get back. Anyway, you can see it listed on here what it is, right? So that's what I got. Be careful this week, seriously. Be patient. Let the, it's, call it what today, 40, 50, something like that. I'm talking 100 lower at 39.50. Well, it's not going to get there without some type of catalyst. I mean, it would need, some information. Well, that's Wednesday/Thursday, right? So if it does that, comes back and just, cinch up that naked VPOC back there, 39.50, then it's time to get serious about looking for, support. I can't promise it goes that far. I don't know. I mean, but if so, Wednesday is certainly, the time for it. So that's what I got. I hope it helps. It's just it's a thing of, patience and caution this week, because it seems like everything that that they could throw at us is coming in kitchen, like the kitchen sink or whatever. It's all coming this week. So good trading. Talk to you again soon. Good night.
Without simpler trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency. It's one of the things that won me